If you think you need to be handsome, rich, or have a smooth-talking game to spark sexual desire in a woman, I hate to break it to you, but you've been lied to. Here's the truth. Women aren't attracted to looks, they're drawn to energy. More specifically, to the energy behind your words. And here's the secret no one told you. There are specific words that, when spoken with presence and intention, trigger instant sexual desire in a woman's subconscious. They're not cheesy pickup lines, they're emotional triggers encoded in simple, yet extremely powerful words. What's even more surprising, most men already use these words, but without presence, without intention, without confidence, and that's why they fail. Meanwhile, the man who masters the right tone, the right look, and the right moment can spark deep reactions with just a few words. In this video, I'll reveal 4 words that can flip the entire script. No games, no pressure, and no begging for attention. These words work because they speak directly to female psychology, to the sensory brain of a woman. They're not logical, they're emotional. And that's where real desire comes from. They stir her body, her imagination, and her instinct to surrender. But only when used with confidence, clarity of intention, and conscious masculine energy. This is the kind of communication few men ever master, the kind that separates average from magnetic. And now, here's the most important part. The last word I'll reveal is the most powerful of them all. It's the emotional seduction code, and only men with a certain level of awareness can use it with truth. If you stay until the end, I'll show you exactly how to use this word at the right moment, so it unlocks a response most men will never experience. Let's begin with the first word, and you'll see why something so simple can be so lethal when used the right way. Word 1, come. Few men understand the power in the simplicity of the word come. No need for fluff, no need for permission. Come is a command, short, direct, filled with confidence, dominance, and clarity of intent. When used at the right moment, with a steady gaze and deep voice, it sends a signal that touches the primal instinct in a woman, the instinct to be led by a man with presence. Why does it work? Because it creates the feeling of being with a man who knows exactly what he wants. A man who doesn't ask, he invites. Who doesn't try to convince, he radiates certainty. When come is said with emotional control, in a low tone, with slight body movement and intentional touch, the effect is nearly hypnotic. It's not about forcing, it's about leading naturally. This word activates a part of the female brain linked to emotional and sexual surrender. It's associated with intimacy, safety, and excitement all in one. But it only works when spoken by a man who radiates emotional security. A man who says few words but knows how to guide. That's deeply attractive to a woman who craves being led, not controlled. Use come in specific moments. When she's standing still and you want her closer, when she hesitates and you want to draw her in. Whether it's in person, in an intimate setting, or even through text. Come. That's it. Don't over-explain, don't overthink. Just say it, and let your body back it up. That requires body language control and activated masculine energy. But be warned, come only works when spoken by someone who commands respect in silence, not with wordy justification. A man who says come, and then explains it away loses the impact. But a man who says it with mystery, holding eye contact, opens the door for a woman's imagination to run wild. That's where desire lives, not in explanation but in tension. To practice, stand in front of the mirror. Work on your posture, voice tone, and timing. Swap the polite "could you come here?" with a simple come, and feel the shift. This will strengthen your natural leadership and transform the way you speak to the feminine. This is high-value communication. This is how a mature man talks, one who understands female psychology on a practical level. And if just one word has this kind of power, imagine what happens when you master the next 3. Word 2, like. The word like is a powerful key when used with awareness. It sparks female desire because it communicates authenticity, self-worth, and above all, clarity of intention. When a man says, "I like this," he's making a personal, emotional statement without trying to impress. He shows he takes pleasure in something. And for the female brain, that's magnetic. A man who feels and owns what he feels, that's incredibly attractive. Why is it so effective? Because it shows presence and real connection to the moment. When a man says, "I like the way you look at me," or "I like when you go quiet," He's saying he notices, he observes, he's emotionally tuned in. That creates an emotional recognition trigger in a woman. She feels seen. And when a woman feels seen, she opens. Emotionally, even sexually. But here's the key. Don't use like generically. Don't blurt out, "I like you" out of nowhere. Be specific. Say something subtle, sensual, unexpected. "I like your voice when you speak softly. I like how you hold your glass." These small details, said with a deep voice and steady eye contact, hit deeper than forced compliments. The nonverbal communication behind the word is what makes it intimate. A man who uses like with intentional touch and strategic silence creates tension. He's not sharing an opinion, he's crafting an experience. The woman doesn't just hear it, she feels it. And that feeling opens up emotional pleasure zones that lead to desire. Like becomes a soft invitation, igniting her imagination and emotional connection. This word also shows you're not afraid of pleasure. That signals mature masculine energy, very different from the approval-seeking man. A well-used like says, "I'm here. I'm enjoying." And that's magnetic. It shows emotional security and removes the impression that you're selling yourself. You're not trying to win her over. You're sharing what's already yours. Train this in your daily life. Notice real things and say, "I like this." Say it slowly, like you're savoring it. This will change how women listen to you. Because it's not about impressing, it's about leaving a mark. And men who know what they like, know what they want. And those who know what they want, attract without chasing. Now imagine the impact of a word that goes even deeper, one that awakens instinct and invites surrender. Word 3, now. The word now has deep psychological impact. It creates urgency, intensity, and full focus on the present moment. When a man looks a woman in the eyes and says, "I want this now," it activates a primal response in her subconscious. Properly delivered, that urgency radiates raw, instinctual masculine energy. It communicates dominance, confidence, and a bold clarity of intention that leaves no room for doubt. This word shatters indecision. It says, "I'm here. I'm ready. I've chosen." And few things are more desirable to a woman than a man who decides with conviction. A well-placed now creates erotic tension because it sends the message, "I'm fully present." The woman senses that the man is grounded, focused, and totally in the moment. And that awakens her instinct to surrender. In female psychology, desire and surrender are deeply connected. You can use now in subtle, non-controlling ways. For example, "Look at me now. Come closer now. Sit here now." The structure is simple, but the effect is direct. When combined with strong eye contact, a deep voice, and nonverbal communication, now creates a magnetic field. The woman senses she's with someone who doesn't wait for permission, but instead leads with calm self-control. Now also taps into the sexual urgency instinct. Whispered slowly in a low and calm tone, it becomes intensely arousing. Why? Because it evokes the thought, "If not now, then when?" That subtle challenge, when backed by emotional security, fuels fantasies of being taken, desired, led, in that exact moment. And for many women, that's irresistible. Of course, this only works if there's no desperation behind it. Now only carries power when it comes from a man with self-worth, someone who isn't begging for attention but offering an experience. He leads with ease, and the woman feels that. It's a command without anxiety, a proposal full of desire, not neediness. That's the essence of natural leadership that seduces effortlessly. To train this, start applying now in your daily decisions. When choosing something, say to yourself, "Now." Build that mindset of action. It sharpens your assertiveness in speech and posture. And when you're with her, try saying now in small, playful ways like "kiss me now." The power isn't just in the phrase, it's in the energy it carries. And that comes with practice and presence. This word is a portal. It closes the doors to the past, ignores the future, and anchors you in the only moment that matters, now. And when you learn to use it in the realm of attraction, everything changes. But there's still one final word, the most powerful of them all, that brings it all together. Word 4, feel. Few men understand the power behind the word feel. Fewer still know how to use it with emotional weight. Feel is a soft command, but it activates the sensory core of feminine desire. When a man says feel, with a deep voice, focused masculine energy, and strong eye contact, he pulls a woman out of her head and into her body. She stops thinking. She becomes present. And that's exactly where desire lives. Feel this isn't just an invitation, it's a sensory provocation. It's like saying, stop analyzing, stop controlling, just surrender. When used with authenticity, this word communicates emotional safety and natural leadership that doesn't force, but guides. A woman who hears this from a man with true intentional clarity feels she's with someone who creates experiences, not just moments. What makes feel so powerful is its flexibility. You can say it during a touch, a dance, a kiss, even in a meaningful conversation. Feel my hand. Feel what's happening between us. These short, evocative phrases pull her into the now, while also bypassing her rational mind. Her body begins to respond. That's emotional sexual desire, raw and real. But this word only works when spoken by a man who is truly present. You can't fake this. Feel only works when it's backed by full body awareness, slow breath, nonverbal communication, and intentional touch that reinforces your words. Desire comes from alignment, when word, action, and energy all match. That's what separates the high-value man from the ordinary one. Feel also shows that you value the sensory moment, and that's deeply attractive. The woman senses that you're not trying to get to an outcome. You're guiding her through an emotional experience. And that activates emotional and erotic zones in the female brain that no pickup line ever could. This is emotional intelligence in its purest form, speaking to what she feels, not what she thinks. To master this language, start with yourself. Practice feeling. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Feel the air, sounds, skin. When you get used to living in your body, your whole communication changes. You speak slower. You look deeper. You move with intention. And when you say feel, she will. She'll trust. She'll relax. She'll desire. Feel is more than a word. It's a hidden code, an emotional trigger of surrender. A key few men ever use, because few have the awareness to use it truthfully. But now you do. And that changes everything. Because once a man reaches that level of perception, he stops chasing and starts attracting. Now that you know these 4 words, the real question is, will you keep speaking like every other guy, or will you start communicating like a man who knows his worth? Because the difference between a man who sparks desire and a man who's just nice lies in one thing: the intention behind every word he speaks. Communication isn't just about what you say, it's about what you trigger when you say it. So here's my advice, use it. Try it on your next date. Say come with a steady gaze. Use like with emotional clarity. Play with now to build tension. And most importantly, say feel with truth, because that word requires the most self-awareness. If you show up with presence, you'll see a visible shift in how women respond to you. This isn't magic. This is psychology, applied through conscious masculinity. Now tell me, which of these words were you already using without realizing their power? And which one will you start using with more intention from now on? Let me know in the comments. Type it below. I choose to speak like a high-value man. That way I'll know you stayed till the end, and you're ready for the next level. Thank you, sincerely, for watching all the way through. This content isn't for everyone. It's for men who are ready to grow, refine their energy, and master the art of powerful, honest expression. If you're one of them, like this video, share it with a brother who needs it. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because here we speak truth and turn words into power.